Hi, I'm Glenn, City Valley Fishing Field Team, COAF Field Team. And this round, we're talking about fly fishing without a fly rod. We're not talking about that case where I think we posted one way back where we were talking about how fly line matters and you could cast without a fly rod. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is those cases where, let's say you're starting out and you're not too comfortable in your fly casting ability, so you're hesitant in going fly fishing. Additionally, let's say you don't fly fish at all, but there's that instance where those fishing flies are really taking some fish. The trout are striking it, the fish are taking it, and it's all that seems to be working. So what we want to do is give you something to keep in your back pocket next time you go out there, and that opportunity arises where they're just wanting to hit fishing flies. And so we're talking of two setups. One is the bubble fly rig, and the other one is one that you don't hear much about. It's the spoon and fly rig. So let's go right into the bubble fly rig. Just some quick information there. We posted previously on a hub page article that's online. We'll put some information in this video, the link to that. Additionally, we've got a YouTube video that talks about how to set up the fly rig as well as how we like to fish with that fly rig. And then we also mentioned it briefly in our trout 1, 2, 3 spinning gear strategy for trout fishing, and we'll put links in that as well into the video. And so just wanted to mention that online there's some various ways to set up a bubble fly rig. Ours in particular, we just named it by the floats that we're using. One was the bubble fly rig where it's a tough bobber, I think it was called. The other one is the torpedo float, and then there's the adjust-a-bubble. And the adjust-a-bubble is the one that we particularly use. And the key with the bubble fly rig, though, is you're really targeting the upper water column, if not the surface itself of the water. You got a hatch going on. There's, bugs hatching on the surface, and you have the opportunity to catch them. So you have that dry fly rig, or correction, that bobber or bubble fly rig where you're using a dry fly, and you're able to catch them. Additionally, there's those ones that are just porpoising underneath the surface. They're feeding on something that's just before they break the surface. That's another case where you would use a bubble fly rig because you're aiming at the upper part of the water column where the trout are lurking. In the case of the spoon and fly rig, well, that one, we've got several variations of it, but basically it's taking a light spoon. In this case, we like using the cast master, and we'll either replace the treble hook with a single hook, and then we'll do a trailing fly, usually a streamer, be it an olive woolly bug or a near deer, sometimes a midge or nymph pattern. And we'll use that mainly when we know we might have the opportunity where they're going to be striking the spoon as well as the fly. In other cases where we're not too worried about getting strikes on the spoon, we're just using it more as an attractant and they're really hitting on the fly, we'll take the hook off itself and we'll just tie a trailing fly or trailing mono line to that cast master in this case, and then our fly. So those are the two rigs where you can fly fish without a fly rod. Okay, so let's just do a real quick demo of putting one together. So got our little handy dandy out and about fly box. It's really just a mini Altoids box, metal box. We got some flies in there. I think it's got a caddis fly. We got other stuff in there, and we mainly keep this in our work bag. And then we have a telescoping micro fly rod that we keep handy. But that said, let's go ahead and grab. This is the Cast Master. Okay. All right, and this is, I believe, it's a really light one that would work really well on an ultralight. Let me just get this out of the way here. So here it is. Okay, and we've removed both hooks, and just all that's left are the split rings. Okay, and then we'll just get a length of line. So we just got some 4-pound test here, and you can use any knot that you want to use. We'll just typically use a improved clinch knot, if not a trilene knot. And we'll just put it right on there. Okay, so we've got that length there. And then what we typically do when we're doing trailing flies and whatnot, especially on tandem rigs, is we do the little hang loose piece, because that ends up being about 8 to 10 inches. So we'll just kind of say hang loose. All right, mark it about here. And that's about where we're going to cut the line. So let's go and grab a scissor. Okay. We actually have a little excess right here. Just give us room to tie the fly. And since, let's just grab this fly. This is one that we use for striped bass over there at Denison Dam over the years. It's our only one, and it's one that we picked up at the Green River Outfitters down in New Braunfels, Green, Texas. It's been a really good fly for us over the years for striped bass. And basically it's looks like a little craft fur body, a little craft olive fur on the top, a little flesh, and then a peacock herald, and then some eyes. And that really worked really well on stripers over there at Denison Dam over the years. But for this demo, we're just going to tie it on there with an improved clinch knot again. And just to say that this is just a little fly, maybe an olive woolly bugger, maybe that near deer. And here it is. So there's that hang loose symbol, little excess for the line, and that's it. Okay. The spin, or the spoon and fly rig. All right. All right. Hope this works. There's an upcoming trout derbies here in our local area. We're in the city of Allen, Collin County, Texas. And in Collin County this weekend, February 22nd, Saturday, we've got a trout derby at Town Lake, McKinney. We've got another derby at Murphy at the City Complex Pond. And then in Prosper, Frontier Park, there's another derby. So there's 3 derbies happening this weekend. If it looks like you want to try catching some fish, some trout without a fly rod, but still using fishing flies, do give this one a chance. Spoon and fly rig. Of course, you do have that bubble fly rig as well. All right, hope this was useful. And if you do like what we're doing, want to learn to fish by our trials and errors, keep liking and subscribing, and we'll keep putting out some videos for you. All right, next time we'll catch y'all later, and good luck, good fishing.